Good morning. My name is Eckkehard, the German butcher. I'm also a very active whitetail hunter, and I analyze everything I do. So today I want to talk a little bit about broadheads. I heard so much, they're good, they're not so good. I want to tell you my opinion. I started hunting, or should better say bow shooting, 50 years ago, and at that time we had cedar arrows. I used this broadhead. I never shot a deer with it. And then I bought some aluminum arrows. We used those. Seems to be pretty good, but if you don't see a deer, you cannot shoot one. I gave that up for a while. There were some different reasons I don't want to get into. But about 30 years, I started bow hunting again. And then I started with a blood trailer. This one we found later on in a hunting area. It's kind of shot, but that's the way it looked before. And I even called the game warden if they were legal, and he said the blood trailers are legal. But not much later, they were very accurate from a long distance. I shot a few with it. I was very happy with it. But then came this thing along. Most people don't even know what it is. This really is the arrow you shoot with the accuracy. There was a shaft on the bow. Was very, very accurate, not wind sensitive. Were not legal in Illinois. So in Illinois I shot a regular arrow, since I couldn't find them because they had a different setting in the back, if you see it. So I shot only two knives. I had this blade before up, and I didn't put the little ones in. It worked pretty good. But I should say I only shot short distance, so I did fairly good with it. And the little ones, they always pass through, and then you never find them. You gotta buy a new one. This one I never used. Somebody gave it to me, because if you shoot at a target somewhere, the knives are gone. So I don't want to fool around with it. Then I looked around. I started regular bow hunting again, and now crossbow hunting. I looked for different broadheads. I tried all kinds of them. My rule was, you got to shoot good with it. I don't care what damage they do, because they all do good. Some will do better, some a little less. But this one, once you hit it, it opens up. That was okay. I never shot a deer with it. I didn't like how they fly. Then I tried those. They were flying pretty good, but because they open from the front, that means you have only an exit wound, not an entrance wound, because the entrance wound is small. It opens up inside the meat. So I didn't like that, so I didn't use it much. Let's see if I have one here that shows how it opens up. Yeah. Otherwise, theoretically it was good. But there's another thing. If you shoot angle the way shot, let's say a lot angled away, this tip could hit the deer and guide the arrow the other direction. That's why I didn't like those. I tried those. I don't like it. Didn't like it. Didn't fly good. And all those, they were here and there. I bought different ones, so somebody gave me one. I bought I think the thunderhead they call it. There, one knife fell off, and they were not flying that good with a crossbow. So now I shoot this one. The G5, I think they call it. I like the one. They will fly very accurate. But I normally did in the beginning. I use this one all the time now. I was shooting in at up to 40 yards, and when I'm at 40 yards, then I took all the broadheads I want to use and see which one shoots the tightest group. That's the one I go hunting with. And with that, I finished the shooting in my weapon, my bow or a crossbow. I shot this up to 80 yards, and I did very good. At the target, of course, you know. Now I want to talk a little bit about blood. There's just the last few days, there are some pictures on Facebook. There's so much blood on the ground. And then, oh, he didn't run very far. And I want to explain that a little bit. Once you have a blood spot like this on the ground, even that big, especially when you have a shoulder shot, they're that big and a lot of little drops. That means he stopped there for a long time. You probably don't find that here. Except if you hit somewhere big artery. It could happen that you hit a big artery somewhere, and you find it anyhow. But if the reaction of a deer when you shoot a heart, it runs uncontrolled. Sometimes runs through bushes or jumps over something where he normally wouldn't go. By that you can tell that's a heart shot. If you have a double long shot, he runs a little bit, but wherever there's room to run, not through brushes or so. The heart shot I saw twice distinctively, but he didn't look where he's going. Now we come to the liver shot. I should say this first. When you have a double long shot or a heart shot, he will not stop anywhere and wait. He will run until he falls. And most likely a heart shot 40-50 yards and a double long shot up to 100 yard max. I never saw one more than 80 yards. Now we come back to my liver. I heard once on YouTube and Facebook that the liver is such a small organ, it takes longer to bleed out. Completely wrong. It's true that the liver is smaller than the two lungs, but the same blood that goes through all the lungs goes through the liver. So that means it will bleed out much faster than on the double lung or heart shot. But most people don't know. I think that when you have a liver shot, it hurts that animal. It will not run, it will only walk, if it walks at all. The typical reaction is if you're in the woods, it might just walk a few steps and lay down. Happened to me, I shot and the deer just laid down. Got up, laid down and passed away so fast. That's a typical liver shot. It will never do it with a heart shot or with a double long shot. But 2 years ago I made a movie about shot placement. And just this, I never sold it anywhere. It was a homemade movie by myself. Not perfect, but a lot of information on. You find those movies, Shot Placement 1, 2, and 3, on the Eckkehard, the German butcher, and then click on videos, then you see the movies. In that movie I want to teach you guys how does the deer really react when it got hit. How far does it run? Does it run at all? How does it fall? Why does it fall? For example, you have a heart shot. Sometimes it runs 10 yards, sometimes it runs 40 yards. Do you know why? Watch the movie. Sometimes it runs only 2 yards and you don't hit any bone. What did you hit? Another thing is you shoot at a deer, can be with a bow or with a gun, and falls down right in front of you. So you think you have a deer. Happened to my landowner. He goes down to want to gut it, the deer's gone. How can that happen? He saw him fall. And he gets there, he runs away on you. You could see on that, you can see that shot and how it falls. Gotta learn it. How long you want to wait till you follow a deer? I never wait anymore. You watch my movie, you find out why. Not only that, you know, I'm used to be butcher in Germany, and we never butchered more than you can finish in 1 hour. Normally, as a butcher, it was said you should have the guts out within a half an hour. As a hunter, you can do it all the time, but you don't want to lay overnight. I picked once a deer that actually was my first deer that was laying overnight, and I made sure I had everything well cooked, just to make sure. I don't know if it's necessary or not, but that made me more comfortable. Like I make hot dogs or whatever out of it, and when we cook something, goulash is well cooked meat. Or I did not make a loin where I leave it half raw inside. If you injure a deer, you gotta know that it obviously will try to go home if it can. It might lay down somewhere, and if it recuperates, it will get up and walk away. You never find that deer. If you follow it right away, you may have a chance to have a second shot, or if it's laying there for a while, it walks a little bit and get tired again. You know where it is, you can get it. And if you don't find it, it would have walked away on you anyhow. You didn't ruin anything. Somebody said, "Oh, I followed it too early because it ran away on me." Would have run away on you anyhow. You ever heard anything about deer safety zone? Learn about it. Watch the movie. Now I want to talk one more time about my movie. What you will find on it. Number one, how does it fall or react when you spot or hit a certain spot? Then how far it might run if you don't hit the right spot. And if you have a fatal shot, it will never run very far. If you have a double long shot or heart shot or liver shot, you find it in 100 yards. If you don't find it, you don't have a shot like that. That's simple as that. I heard lately again, you hit no man's land. There is not like that. No man's land is a muscle shot, not through the chest cavity. If you hit just the muscle, when you shoot the high, you hit over the spine or in the hindquarter, so that you may call a shot like that. And now I should say yet what we say in German, white man's higher. And now I want to talk one more time about blood trail. The blood trail is not really determined by what kind of an arrow you shoot. It's where you hit the deer. You hit it low, you may have a blood trail very fast. But if you shoot a little higher, you may have a blood splash where you shot, and then 20 yards you have nothing, or that's when the blood trail starts. Because then the chest cavity filled up. If you watch that movie, you would know everything already.